So, as you know, I've been looking at GitHub Copilot. Look at this video. It looks like I'm sniffing my own fart. But anyway, the comments have been absolutely fantastic, including one here from an actual Microsoft member of staff. Brady Gaster says, I know I'll regret asking you this, but I'm curious what you think about Squad. Please be honest. Please be nice. I'm always nice, Brady. I'm always nice. So Squad is a GitHub Copilot agent, AI agent teams for any project. That's what it says, written by Brady Gaster and crew. And since he asked so nicely, we're going to take a look and see if we can use Squad to add a feature to our favorite app, MVP Love. So Squad has already been installed globally. So at the root of our project, we're going to do Squad in it, which will do some stuff. Build your team. Look at it. Look at it. Your team is ready. Run Squad to start. Now you can run Squad with its own CLI, but I'm now a Copilot stan. So we're going to do Copilot like this. Agent, Squad, YOLO, and get on with our lives. Let's see if this works. Select a custom agent Squad. So here's the first prompt to set up Squad. I've written set up the team. Yes, the metaphor is wild here. I'm making an MVP dashboard app using .NET MVC 10 and HTMX as God intended. Go. This is crazy. So it's you reading git config to figure out what to call me. Ed Anderson seems like someone who appreciates solid tooling. Thank you, AI. This is true. Fantastic. What else has it said about me? That's crazy. Here's the crew I put on this. Ripley, the lead. Bishop, the backend dev. Right, let's make some changes to this. Other. So here's my updated instruction. Rename the lead to Gary. Merge the backend and front-end roles and call the team member Barry, because this is an MVC app. We don't need separate front-end and back-end roles, do we? What a waste of money that would be. The tester should be called Nick, after our favourite, most good-looking MVP in the system. See what this does. Setting up squad team. These are custom name overrides. This internal monologue, man, it's totally cringe. Okay, this looks right. We have Gary the lead, Barry the full stack dev. We used to have a guy, didn't we? What was his name? I can't remember now. Nick, tester. Okay, Scribe and Ralph. Okay, looks good to me. Hire this team for free. I haven't paid anything. I've got a whole dev team. Yeah, wow. So let's see what is actually put into Visual Studio Code for this. Okay, so we have a folder here called Squad with agents in it. We've got Barry, Gary, and Nick. There's nothing in there though. Ralph, charter. This is crazy. Casting, decisions, identity, wisdom. It's got no wisdom. It's not smart. Is this what life is like for us now? Markdown files. Okay. Everything is now in markdown files. Oh, Barry's got a charter. Barry's got a charter. Here we go. Responsibilities, work style, and he uses his preferred model. Gary, what does Gary do? He's the lead, technical lead, owns architecture decisions, code review and scope. And Barry is the full stack dev for MCP, MVC. Look at that. Owns all implementations. Incredible. So back over in the Copilot system, it says we've hired our team. That's pretty crazy. But what we're actually going to try and do is also show you that Squad here has an integration with obviously my other favorite bit of .NET tech, Aspire. Here we go. Look at this. We'll do an allow. That sounds cool. And let's see if we have the Aspire dashboard running. And do Squad to open up the Squad CLI. Here we go. Here's your Squad. What we can do is tell me more info about the Squad, like this. Coordinator is thinking, which is pretty cool. And if we head over to the Aspire dashboard, we can see all sorts of metrics about Squad. Here we go, metrics, how many active agents, how many spawns, tokens used, input, output, cost, you know, we don't want to spend too much money on tokens, but this is pretty cool, I think. But let's get back into Copilot land, okay? And we've got our agent, Squad agent here. So I'm going to issue a nice instruction for our team to build a new feature. Let me tell you what feature we're going to build. Over here in MVP Love, what you can see is on the dashboard here, shows you how many languages every MVP has. Yeah, that's fair. But over here on the browse screen, we're missing the amount of languages, and the amount of languages that the MVP is going to speak. It's extremely important. So we want the number of languages on the tile, and also we'll add it to the sort options, which you probably can't see because it's under me, but into the sort options here. All right, let's see if the squad can handle it. So I created a chunky prompt here. Get the team to build the following new feature on the home page or file tiles for their MVPs, including X languages, browse page, blah, blah, blah. But I've also added an ask for the tester here to actually add unit tests. And there's no unit test project yet, so the tester is going to have to go and create that. And we'll add this to the test folder. Ready? Let's see if this works. Go. Go on. What's it going to do? Barry needs to add langs descending. Nick needs to create a new unit test project alongside source. This is incredible. Work in parallel. Barry handles the implementation while Nick sets up the test project. The key coordination point is that Barry needs to add an internal constructor to MVP data service for testing, which Nick will then use. So it's forcing these team members to talk to each other. This is absolutely crazy. XUnit targeting .NET 10. Good choice. Good choice. All right, it's finished. It's finished. Everything is done and committed. So it even created a git commit for me. Browse tile, sort drop down, my data service test project. Let's see the damage. Can we actually reload it? Look at that. So we go over to browse, and yes, look, it's added a number of languages to the tile and the sort. Most languages spoken is an option, which brings it up to here. That is kind of incredible. Wow. But let's see the damage for the test project. Yeah, over here. What's it done? So if we close up that squad, we now have tests with MVC data service tests. Look at this, total count returns correct amount. I wonder if these actually run. .NET tests. Let's go. 22 tests. Very good. So that was Squad. Now Squad also has some quite scary features. Like it can actually monitor GitHub issues, create pull requests. It can do the whole other side of a developer's job, not just write the code. That's a bit I'm more concerned about. So let's talk about this a little bit. A monologue, off the cuff even. This is quite frightening technology, okay? I'm a developer, I'm a .NET boomer, and I find it quite frightening. What's more frightening is that people are going to see this and think, now I can sack all of my developers and replace them with a loop that calls tools. I made a video about this a very long time ago, probably about 2 years ago, with the GitHub Copilot, to talk about GitHub Copilot. And it's the developers at the top are going to be absolutely fine. They're elevated by these tools. They become not just a musician, but they become the orchestra conductor. The low-level devs get a boost to just be productive, and they're juniors, so they can just whack out any code and it doesn't matter. It's the mid-level developers that are really going to be stuck in this new world. And they need to either up their game or get out of the game, as far as I'm concerned. Quite scary. I'm trying to do some videos every week, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more existential crisis and code. See you later.